stand by for action. It's lights out and away we go. And Hamilton, I think, gets the better start ahead of his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Carlos Sainz, great reaction from him. He's up in a second place. Bottas in third. Perez on the inside. Lando Norris now gets ahead of Sergio Perez. It is Hamilton that leads them into the first chicane, and he could come out of that first chicane. Well, it does, with a McLaren behind, and that is Alex Albon getting it all wrong at that first chicane and losing places as a result. Charles Leclerc on the inside of Kimi Raikkonen looking for a gap that soon disappears.
Brilliant from both of the Mercedes. They're fighting over, and look at that, Mr. McLaren then second and third now.
It is. Lando Norris squeezes past Valtteri Bottas, who might yet lose out to Sergio Perez on the inside as through the Lesbos we go. Hamilton from Sainz, from Norris, from Bottas, who maintains that fourth position. After that comes Perez and Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen and Stroll.
Bottas wide in the second Lesbo. What a dismal first lap he's having.
And the pressure might have just taken its toll on Valtteri Bottas. He is dropping down the field, and Daniel Ricciardo is now attacking him, going into the Ascari chicane, and Valtteri Bottas is down to sixth.
Copy.
Sebastian Vettel under pressure from George Russell, who wanted to get racing with the Ferraris. Oh, and Sebastian Vettel locks up, goes straight through the polystyrene blocks. And one would imagine that issue is contributing to the way that he couldn't treat those blocks as a chicane.
Brakes failed. The brakes failed. Brakes failed.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Rear brake discs are just way too small if you don't have that facility working well.
No more brake pedal. Brake line exploded.
Albon has...
Well, a 5-second time penalty as we just watched Sebastian Vettel and the brake failure.
Oh, something broke.
So will this be a virtual safety car to help the marshals push that Haas back through the gap and get it off the track? Now we get the safety car itself is being deployed. So not just a virtual safety car, but the safety car itself.
But it closes the pack up nicely.
Yes.
I so much prefer a proper safety car. What can you see from up there, Ted?
So it's a perfect time for Lewis Hamilton. He's come in and put the medium tyre on. Ooh, staying out, Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz staying out.
Carlos, the pit lane entry at the moment is closed. The pit lane entry is closed.
Okay, it should be closed for everyone. They cannot do this to me.
We want to pit, but if it's closed, you can't box.
Are you sure it's closed? Hamilton pitted though.
Stay out is correct, Carlos. Hamilton pitted, but he should not have done so.
The pit lane entry is now closed. So I wonder if Lewis Hamilton was able to pit because he was that much further ahead, and then the pit lane entry closed because they need to push that car at a point where they don't want a whole load of other cars coming in. But if the pit lane entry is closed, the Alfa Romeo's come in.
It has, but the pit lane entry was closed at 15:41, the same time as the safety car was deployed.
So is Lewis Hamilton in a bit of trouble? And this is a test for the McLaren pit crew. Out goes Carlos Sainz, very nice indeed, but the job's not done yet because here comes Lando Norris as well. And I would imagine they're all going to come into the pits, and out goes Lando Norris ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. And Nicholas Latifi had already pitted for Williams before this safety car period. Bottas is ahead of the Renault of Ricciardo and of Perez as well.
And the safety car is in this lap, so they've not got long to go and catch it up and get ready to go. Now Lewis is going to have to bolt down the road. We'll see how much pace he's got now.
Now Lance Stroll didn't pit, so he's running in second place at the moment, and that looked like the lights were red as Lewis Hamilton went through the parabolica. You can see it on the left-hand side there, a red cross. There's two red crosses on the outside of the parabolica to indicate that the pit lane is closed.
Yep. So those two drivers will take a penalty. We sit and await what that means.
We're racing again, and it is lap 24 of this Italian Grand Prix as Nicholas Latifi are just holding up Daniel Ricciardo, and that's Charles Leclerc. And that is a very big accident, and we've seen a brake failure from his teammate Sebastian Vettel, and we have just seen a huge accident at the parabolica involving Charles Leclerc as well, who is moving inside the car. And that is so wonderful to hear that he's moving inside that Ferrari cockpit, but that Martin Brundle was horrific to look at.
Are you okay?
Yeah, was a big crash. Ah.
Okay, he's lost the back end of the car under acceleration. So it's a 10-second stop-go penalty for Giovinazzi, which is about a 30-second penalty. Hamilton will presumably get the same.
Oh, we're red flagging the race. The race is going to be red flagged here, and I assume because the impact of that Ferrari into the tyre barrier at Parabolicas meant that those tyre barriers now need to be repaired. Lewis Hamilton has a 10-second stop-go penalty. So the race leader, when the race was red flagged, Lewis Hamilton is now going to have to come into the pits, stop for 10 seconds, and then go back out again.
Blankets on the tires as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So the plan is we will get at least 10-minute warning before we have the restart. So if you want to stay in the car, stay in the car. If you want to jump out, jump out.
Okay, but where's the blankets?
Yeah.
You're allowed to put... Yeah, put it on then. Stop saying that you're putting. Let's put them on.
As it's 5 lights ahead of the drivers. Lights out and away we go again here at Monza. Lewis Hamilton gets a very good start then. Already Giovinazzi's looking to get past Pierre Gasly. There's Kimi Raikkonen on the inside. Lance Stroll has dropped back a couple of places. Carlos Sainz is looking to make up a place around the outside. Lando Norris is being pushed almost by Valtteri Bottas and by Daniel Ricciardo. But Hamilton through the Curva Grande. Away he goes from Gasly and Raikkonen. Giovinazzi with Stroll on the inside trying to get that place back. Then comes Sainz and then comes Norris and pulling over to the outside. There goes the Alfa Romeo, but Gasly just stays where he needs to be, and that looks like Lance Stroll could have had a brake problem. Those brakes were smoking on the grid, but he went straight onto the chicane there. Very lucky not to collect the car in front.
Just got too deep on the brakes. The brake problem on the front wheels were locked up. So Lance Stroll, did he make a place up there? He certainly lost one quickly anyway. But Raikkonen looking incredibly racy, isn't he? The old man of the grid really going for it.
He's come alive as Kimi Raikkonen on those soft compound tyres. Now Carlos Sainz pulls over to the left-hand side, and Lance Stroll around the outside of the Ascari chicane is ahead of Carlos Sainz. Stroll is 5th, Sainz is 6th. Hamilton then comes into the pits. Pierre Gasly for AlphaTauri in their home race leads the Italian Grand Prix from the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Raikkonen in what should be their home race, but they're based in Switzerland. In 2nd, Giovinazzi has got to serve his penalty, running in 3rd at the moment, ahead of Sainz and Stroll and Norris, Bottas, Ricciardo, Ocon and Kvyat in 10th.
They're retiring the car, Crofty.
I think they are. After 6 consecutive podiums, Max Verstappen is out of this race and out of the car as well, and looks pretty furious as he gets out of that car.
Carlos, you can be patient with Raikkonen, you can be patient.
Or worried about Gasly.
One at a time, Carlos, one at a time.
Well, here comes the first one. Carlos Sainz is going for it with Kimi Raikkonen, who gives him enough space, and just enough space, and Sainz moves up into 2nd place. Raikkonen fought that very hard indeed. Here comes Lance Stroll on Kimi Raikkonen. Lance Stroll is going to have to go the long way round at the 2nd chicane. Kimi Raikkonen jams on the brakes. They get within millimetres of touching, and Lance Stroll at the 2nd chicane passes Kimi Raikkonen. The Racing Point is back up into the podium places. It's Gasly, Sainz and Stroll, the 1, 2, 3.
How'd you like this one? Mercedes reckon Lewis can finish P6 in this race.
Wow, that'd be good. Lando Norris has just passed Kimi Raikkonen. Can Lewis Hamilton get Alex Albon through the Curva Grande in front of them? Look at that, wheel-to-wheel Romain Grosjean and George Russell. Grosjean just stays ahead there, and then we look back to see that Lewis Hamilton has got past the Red Bull.
Consider sock switch to get inside DRS. Consider sock switch. Carlos, you're 2nd. No mistakes. Just keep it really clinical.
I want this win.
Gasly seems to have just enough to keep him ahead of that McLaren in terms of the time you need to open up that rear wing. Now his man has got a bit of DRS to try and gain on Pierre Gasly. It is last lap shenanigans here at Monza, and whilst the engine mode regulations mean that things have to stay the same between qualifying and the race, when it comes to the last lap you can dump as much electrical energy as you want to give you more pace.
And good power then, good traction now there for Gasly, but we've got DRS on board the McLaren as we are at the moment. It'll be very close, but I doubt close enough. So it's going to be a slipstream then down to Parabolica and off the last corner. But The AlphaTauri's got great traction.
And look at that, sliding through the Ascari chicane. It's like watching his father doing rallying, but we're watching Carlos Sainz in Formula One. He's given it absolutely everything, but up ahead, Pierre Gasly is in front for the AlphaTauri team that won here as Toro Rosso, and they are going to win in 2020 as AlphaTauri. Pierre Gasly wins the Italian Grand Prix. Oh my, is that just wonderful? Carlos Sainz comes home for second place, and what a great fight he gave. Lance Stroll completes the podium places, but take a bow, Pierre Gasly. 12 months ago, he came here so downhearted after being released by Red Bull and sent back to his former team. He leaves Monza this year as a race winner in Formula One.
Gasly had the head and the speed when it mattered.
Oh my god! What did you do? What did you do? You did You did! Oh my god! Oh my god, guys, we did it again! Oh my god, yes!
P1
David beats Goliath.
Oh, what a race, Carlos. P2. P2, I know you wanted the win, but you're P2, buddy. That's a really good result. You've been great all weekend. You've been great all weekend and made up for that red flag. Great work, mate.
Yeah, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. So close, but yet so far. One more lap. I need one more lap. I just had to take this opportunity to say to Claire and Frank, thank you so much for everything you've done for me, for the whole team. It's going to be a shame to see you leave. We'll really miss you, and yeah, just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm sure you're going through a world of emotions right now. I just wanted to say one last time, thank you for everything you've done for me, for giving me this opportunity. I know I'm going to miss you. F1 is going to miss you. Just be sure that we'll keep pushing 100% to bring the Williams name back to where it belongs.
You can see Pierre Gasly, and Pierre Gasly is a race winner. This is absolute raw, and we've not seen this for this team.
Yeah, we need this. What a great day for Formula One this is. We need these days. We need the surprises. We need, and you know, but not just gimmies. They've got to go and take them, and that's what AlphaTauri and Gasly have done today. Mercedes don't leave crumbs on the table too often. You've got to make sure you're the first one to eat them.